We'd like to welcome you to another airing of Pikeville Independent Schools Principals Forum, and as always, we want to welcome Mr. Robert Jones, the principal of Pikeville Elementary Schools, and of course Mr. Michael Rowe, the principal at Pikeville High School. Hope that each of you have had a refreshed spring break that we had a couple weeks ago. And just to kind of preface this show, although our students and hopefully our parents took a week off to become re-energized, because as we'll be covering in just a few moments with you, we have many things coming up, not to mention the testing windows, which are extremely important to our school district. But 1 week less to report because we had that week off. So I want to preface this session by making sure that we point that out concerning our spring break. I'd like to begin. I know that last time I think we started with Mr. Jones. This time I'd like to begin with Mr. Rowe. Has a lot of highlights as far as recognizing students and staff. So I want to begin with Mr. Rowe.
Thank you very much. And I'm sure it's still not going to be as much as Mr. Jones has for the elementary, but we still got a lot of things we're proud of at the high school. First of all, we want to announce that we're honored that our Commissioner of Education, Dr. Terry Holliday, is going to be visiting Pikeville High School on April the 10th. He'll be here at 2 p.m. We're very excited. We want to show him what we have going on in our building, and it's just an honor to have somebody of his stature coming in, so we're very excited about that. We're very excited too. We just finished our 4-H rally today. Our 4-H representative was in the building. We brought our junior high students down. A lot of projects, activities. It's a great partnership for our kids, and they really enjoyed it. And I want to thank our 4-H sponsor and the 4-H group itself for allowing Pikeville to be a part of that. We're bringing back the junior and senior banquet. It's something our school hasn't done in over 10 years. We're going to do that on May the 6th from 2:30 to 4:30 at Cornerstone Christian. Ms. Huffman will be, of course, will be the one in charge of this. So if you have any questions, you can contact Ms. Huffman at the high school. But we're very excited both for our juniors and seniors in having this banquet. Prom has been set for May the 12th at the Mark V from 8 to 11. Again, May 12th. And again, that's 8 to 11 at the Mark V. We've got a new drama production that'll be coming up very soon, 45 Minutes to Broadway. The dates for that are April the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. Exact times will be sent home with the stakeholder email, but we are very excited for our students who participate in that. And we'll have daytime productions and, of course, evening productions, so please come out and support our drama program. We have Hillbilly Days on April the 19th and 20th. Just a reminder, there's no school for students on those days. We want to say kudos to Madison Tackett. She was the lead role in Legally Blonde at the Mac in Prestonsburg. Did an outstanding job. We're very proud of her, so kudos to her. Kudos to Reese Ward. He pitched a perfect game against South Floyd. Only the third player in the history of Pikeville High School to have a perfect game, so kudos to Reese Ward. Kudos to Lindsay Cheney. Lindsay Cheney, homecoming queen, is going to be participating in America's Homecoming Queen, the project in Louisville, and that's going to be on April the 15th, so we wish her luck as she represents Pikeville High School. A couple of dates to throw along to you. April the 16th, this year with our new assessment, we have end-of-course assessment, so anybody who is in English 10 will be taking the new state assessment, end-of-course assessment for English 10. Again, that's April 16th. The following day on April the 17th is the biology for any student who is taking biology, regardless of grade. You'll be taking the end-of-course assessment on that day. Also, our school improvement plans have been approved. They're on file at our school. You're welcome to stop by. If you want a copy of it, I've sent it home with the stakeholder email. If you want another copy, just let me know, and I'll send another copy to you via email. One thing that is coming up, and it's made a little bit of noise in the community, and I just want to make sure that everybody hears it from me with what's going on. Something that was brought up throughout the school year is some of our student athletes, or students in general, playing up in different extracurricular activities. I've had parents and stakeholders ask me what our policy is on that, and after reviewing all the policies we have on file, there is no policy for that. So I've asked our council to develop a policy in either for or against what's best for our kids and all kids, and they've asked that I take that to the Learning Environment Committee and ask input from our stakeholders. So in the stakeholder email coming up this week, I'll be sending out the dates for our first Learning Environment Committee. And we want all of our stakeholders to come in and give us input on any kind of policy when we talk about students playing up for extracurricular activities. We want everybody to have input when it comes to a major decision like this. We know that some things can be controversial. It can be a lot of people for something, a lot of people against something, but hopefully we can come to a compromise as all stakeholders on what's best for a kid to come up with a policy that we can enforce across the board. So please, even if you can't make that meeting, I'll be providing email addresses for myself and Ms. Bevins, who chairs the committee, and you can send emails to us and we'll share with the committee. But we want everybody to come out and just tell us what you think, because this is your school and we want this to be your policy.
Great. Now I understand that April 10th will be an extremely busy day for you. Besides the commissioner's visit, you're hosting another competition that day?
Yes, an exact title of it escapes me, but I know it's the festival for our bands and our choir students. Mr. Houston hosts that. We have various schools will be in the building for a couple days, and we'll be competing for all district honors. We did last year, and we received distinguished last year, and we hope to do the same thing. So good luck to our students and Mr. Houston, and hopefully we have some more distinguished awards.
Something else I need to say congratulations for. There was a really nice article in the newspaper this past week regarding not only your and Mr. Thomas' efforts, but the staff and the student body, and especially Ms. Salmons and Ms. Asbury's efforts for the 100% completion rate for admission to college. 100% of the students at Pikeville High School, even back in December, have all officially applied. Of course, I think it was your idea to have the college sweatshirt day for the college or university of their choice to attend, and just want to say thank you and congratulations to the high school. And of course, that's just, I am unaware of, as I stated in the newspaper, of any high school across the Commonwealth of Kentucky where 100% of their seniors have applied to attend a college or university. So congratulations.
Thank you. I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to thank the Board of Education for all the support you do academically for our kids. I can honestly say I've worked in different districts throughout the state, and our board and our superintendent here is as dedicated to our students as any place I've been. So I want to thank you all. I also want to thank Mr. Jones and Elementary School. They do an outstanding job of providing us outstanding products as they come to our school, and kudos to our parents for bringing him good products when they start his school. So there's a lot of kudos to be given for that.
It starts at an extremely early age, and we're just so thankful for this environment, the community, and the emphasis and the value placed on education here. We're extremely fortunate not only to work here, but also for the three of us to send our children to this school district. So we're thankful for that opportunity. And I know that again, that date, May 16th, is currently the last date for students. And at the time of this taping, we're talking about only 29 days left in the school year. And just off camera, we were talking about how quickly time has passed. And we've been extremely fortunate this year. Pikeville Independent Schools has missed a total of 1 hour of instructional time. We had a 1 hour delay. And other than that, we've been fortunate enough to make it every day at school. So we're certainly thankful, and of course it's going by like a blur, but I know that another concern, because we haven't missed any days for inclement weather, is dealing with those advanced placement course tests at the end of the school year. And I know that you've actually got some students that will be returning after we're released from school.
Yes, students are taking AP World Civ. They'll be actually coming in, or having them come back on May 17th, the day after the last day of school, to complete the AP exam. Again, I want to thank Mr. Green and the board, because they pay for the AP exams. This is the only school in the state that I know that our board actually pays the fee for students who take AP exams. We've got 304 exams we're going to be given, so we're going to be sending a big bill your way. But that's a bill that I'm happy to send that way, because you can find out asking surrounding schools that number is not near as large as what it is at our building. So, but those students will be expected to come back, and we hope they get that AP and get that 3 on it and get that college credit. That'll help mom and dad a whole lot when it comes to spending money in college.
I believe the cost is about $97, I think, for each of those tests or assessments. So the district, the board, myself, and I know the administration, and if we polled the staff, would say that's an investment well worth it, because we want to offer every incentive possible. And whether you're a taxpayer within the city school district or whether you're one of our parents that are paying tuition, it's a great investment concerning not only the advanced level of rigor that your son or daughter will be receiving, because for those of you that, again, may not be familiar or aware, we're talking about students that can not only accumulate credit for advanced placement courses, but also with the dual credit arrangement we have with the University of Pikeville, up to 29 college credit hours before they graduate from Pikeville High School. So it's a great opportunity. And for those assessments where we're paying for the assessments, it's the equivalent of each one of those, as Mr. Rowe mentioned, with a 3 or better, you're talking about 3 hours of college credit that mom and dad doesn't have to pay for that tuition for. So please take advantage of that. Thank you. Mr. Jones.
I want to begin by echoing something that Mr. Rowe said earlier. Mr. Rowe and myself and you, Mr. Green, our superintendent, have all three worked outside of this district. And I think until you've worked outside of this district, you never fully appreciate and understand the importance that academics play in this community. With all of our stakeholders, particularly our Board of Education, they're really concerned about our children and their academic endeavors. I have a few things. Of course, we're on a short taping time because of the break, but I do have several things to mention. When you think about end of the year activities, particularly at our elementary school, there's always questions that are asked. One question would be about registration for new students. We've had a very successful, it is underway right now. It ends this Friday, April the 6th, the actual set registration period. Of course, registration will take place until the beginning of school year, but we've had already several, a very high number of packets picked up, packets completed, and packets returned for the upcoming school year. But again, that registration runs through Friday, April the 6th. Also, our preschool enrollment registration is taking place April 3rd and April 4th at Pikeville Elementary School. For more information, you can contact Denny Paul May. He's the director of our preschool program. You can call him at the high school, 432-0185, or you can email him, or you can call the elementary school. We can get you in touch with him also. But that is going on. It's important. If you haven't registered your child yet, to do so as quickly as possible. It helps to ensure a spot for your child if one's available, and it also ensures that we can get our numbers correct when we plan for the upcoming school year. Another big question that's always asked is, when's the kindergarten play? That's our big production at the end of the school year. We always have a huge turnout from our community for that. And that play right now, thanks to the high school, I appreciate Mr. Rowe, Miss Ann Salmons, for working with us and scheduling that. I know they have a lot going on in the auditorium with some testing on those days, and they didn't really have any other place that they could take that number of kids to do it, but they worked with us, and we really appreciate it. So right now that play will be on Friday, May the 11th. Normally it's earlier in the morning, but this year it's going to be, because we worked with the high school, it's going to be at 1 p.m. So again, the kindergarten play Friday, May the 11th, and it'll be at 1 p.m. Another big event that we have yearly, and this is the last year of it being this title, is our CATS Awards Day. It's an incentive, a kickoff to the testing season. We do that every year. Mr. Stone does a phenomenal job in planning that. Miss McCoy, they do a good job in planning all that and working all that through. Mr. Green always comes over. We really appreciate all the help he gives us there. But it's next year, if it's continued, and don't see a reason why it wouldn't be. It'll have a different name because, of course, CATS is the old testing system acronym. But anyway, that testing awards day will be on Wednesday, April the 18th at 8:30 a.m. So we want to make sure, and that's for our students that were in grades 3 through 6 last year who took the CATS exam last year. So that's awards for last year. It's kind of a kickoff for the season. As Mr. Rowe mentioned, it is testing season. We actually have a couple of grade levels as we are taping who are already in the testing process of the school year. Our second graders and our kindergarten classes are are testing right now. They began on April 2nd and April 3rd. First grade will be testing, and our kindergarten through second grade will be testing in reading and math. And we're taking this year a new test. We're taking the Stanford 10. In the past, we had taken the Iowa test of basic skills or the CTBS. Now we're taking the Stanford 10. And our kindergarten, second grade has begun. First grade will begin on April the 9th. And then third through sixth grade, we have a window, as the high school does, that we can take 5 consecutive days of the last 14 days of school. And our window that we will begin begins on Tuesday, May the 1st, and it runs through Monday, May the 7th. That's grades 3 through 6. Midterm, the midterm for the last 9 weeks is Wednesday, April the 18th. I have had several principals open houses throughout the school year. I want to have my last one, and I'll send that out in my stakeholder email, just reminding parents also, on Monday, April 23rd, beginning at 6 p.m. I published the hours 6 to 7, but of course I can stay later if need be. If anyone would like to talk to me, of course my door is always open. I'm sure Mr. Rowe's door is always open. Anytime you need to talk to us, please contact us. But this is just an opportunity. If you want to plan to come by, speak to me about anything, on Monday, April 23rd at 6 p.m., I'll be there waiting on you. We have a book fair. We have a spring book fair every year that's it's really successful. Parents are always wanting to know those dates because they have an opportunity to come and go through the book fair with their children. That begins actually the week of April the 9th through April the 13th. And you will be getting a schedule on my stakeholder email as to when classes, each individual class, what times they'll be going to that book fair. One last thing, we still are accepting applications for Camp Invention. Camp Invention is a science and math and research-based camp that takes place in the summers. It's a organization that we allow to come into our school and run this program. That takes place the week of June the 4th through June the 8th. So any child who will be in grades 1 through 6 next school year, if you're interested in Camp Invention, please contact Pikeville Elementary School and ask to speak to Miss Tracy Tackett, and she can get you the information that you need there.
Something that we can't stress enough, if your son or daughter is going to be age 5 by October 1, it's extremely imperative that we get the kindergarten registration packet completed. And if you are viewing this outside our school district and plan to enroll your son or daughter within our school system, regardless what grade level it is, we really need that information, that packet completed as soon as possible so we can make decisions on staffing. We take great pride within this district of having an extremely low student-teacher ratio, and to continue to make plans to do that and to serve your children at the best possible capacity, we need the information as early as possible. So again, just want to stress that for those individuals that's considering Pikeville Independent or bringing your son or daughter here.
And it's really important, Mr. Green, as you said, that we stress, we can't say enough, Mr. Rowe and myself, we can't say enough the importance, just as you said, of if you live outside this district, of getting in, because if you are a Pike County a student and you plan to come to Pikeville Independent, we only have a certain amount of slots, and those slots fill up pretty quick. And so we try to get those in as quickly as possible, and you time and date them, and we have a system that we go through to make sure that everyone's application is dated, and it's I don't want to say first come first served basic, but it's basically that's how it works, and so it's important that you get those in on as quickly as possible.
Thank you. The other topic that I'd just briefly like to touch on is concerning assessment. And for our viewers, I know you think, wow, they're really concerned about testing and assessment. the the three of us, Mr. Jones, Mr. Rowe, and myself, will equally state to this community at a public forum that our ultimate goal is to prepare your son or daughter for the next level. And of course, that's college or university, and we really focus on that college readiness. But what we also really focus on is hopefully helping you, the parent, help your son or daughter become a great future husband or wife, or a great future father or mother, and hopefully a community leader. And hopefully they continue to live in our community and be successful. And we want to help with that. And we realize those things are far more important than any test or any assessment. But our students work so hard, our staff work so diligently to help those students. And I'm sure you as parents, it's valued so much of the educational process here within Pikeville. We want to make certain that each of our students has an opportunity to show on these assessments exactly what they know and what they've achieved. And we want to make every opportunity available for them to accomplish at each level so that their future is brighter and so that they can have an opportunity for greater success later. And that's why that the assessment is so important to us, that whether it's getting them to bed on time, making sure their diet is correct, making sure that we have all these other needs, we try to check them off and make sure that they're met so that they can be successful here at school. And that's on a daily basis, not just during assessment or testing.
And I think the results speak for themselves. When you have 100% of your high school seniors who've already you made plans to attend some future educational program, that's unheard of. And it's again, it's our parents. It's a great job you guys do at the high school. I think we do a great job preparing kids to come to you. But then again, it's this community, and we're truly blessed to be in this community.
I can't thank Ms. Sammons, our guidance counselor, and Ms. Asbury, our guidance counselor secretary. I can't thank them enough for what they do. They are constantly working with our students and getting the places for the colleges and the career readiness for our kids. That's our ultimate goal in high school. We want to build the morals and the character, but we got to also make sure they're ready for the colleges and careers. And I want to thank that department there and our guidance department for the hard work they do with our students. And thank our parents, because our parents are pushing for the students also to go that route. And I think together we've got a great partnership, and I think it's going to get stronger year in and year out.
Thank you. It's something that I'd just like to mention, and I don't want to leave one out. If you have an opportunity, if people are always looking for events to go to or things to take in, please spend some time, regardless of our tennis team right now, our track team, also baseball and softball teams. Am I leaving anyone out? I know that junior high volleyball, I think, is still currently going on.
Junior high baseball and junior high softball also. So.
Okay, I certainly don't want to leave anyone out, but please go out and support our student athletes. I'm sure they'd be pleased to see you, and promise it'll be well worth your time spent. So we just want to thank you for spending your time finding out more information about your school district, Pikeville Independent Schools. Thank you.